Wealth, fame, power, Gold Roger, the king of pirates, attained everything this world has to offer. The words he uttered just before his death drove people to seize. My treasure, if you want it, you can have it. Find it. I left everything this world has to offer there.
And so the men head for the Grand Line in pursuit of their dreams. The world has truly entered a great pirate era.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Oi.
Welcome back to the Sustainable Strawhat podcast, here with your hosts Los and Liv.
Hello, everybody.
And we're here back on chapter reviews / discussions for chapter 1000, titled Strawhat Luffy. Finally, man.
Chapter 1000, we are here, you guys.
1000 chapters, finally, from 1997 to 2021. Kudos and good job to Oda.
Good job, Oda. Congratulations, we are here for you.
This week's chapter begins with the cover art being the second piece to its previous cover page. It's the shonen tribute to Luffy with the crown modified to look like the Thousand Sunny with 1000 engraved into the crown. There are a number of different One Piece characters, same as the previous cover art, along with the other shonen protagonists, my personal favorite being Asta paired up with Shirahoshi, Asta gazing over Shirahoshi's beauty and amazement because she's so big, and Asta being so tiny makes the images look really funny. I really enjoy this cover spread, as it is fitting for the chapter 1000 release. No other manga has been able to do it other than Strawhat Luffy.
Yep, chapter 1000, we are finally here. I was very excited leading up to it, but I'm excited for every chapter, but chapter 1000, super big.
It's the big one.
And it starts off with the man himself, but if you combine last chapter 999 title with this one, it would come out to be the sake I brew while waiting for you, Strawhat Luffy. I'm not sure if this is just a coincidence, but that's super sweet.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really nice little gimmick there. I don't know if that actually comes into play in the story, but it's a nice catch, Liv. I like that. The chapter begins inside the castle on the 5th floor when Luffy seemingly makes his way through with no effort at all. He encounters the 3 Inuarashi musketeers presenting him a cleared staircase. This is all we could do. Go ahead. These stairs lead to the roof. Thank you, Shishimamushi. It's Shishilian, he tells him. I still haven't forgotten that time when you protected Raizo with your lives. Well then, Jana, that's basically what he tells Shishilian as he starts tearing up, thanking Luffy for his promise and his resolve, helping his allies.
So the Minks here defeated the Beast Pirates for Luffy. But who was supposed to be on this floor? Was it supposed to be Drake's floor? Was Jack supposed to be on this floor?
Right.
Because it has to be someone strong. Okay, if it's going to be the last staircase to get to the top where Kaido and Big Mom are, wouldn't it be one of the most protected ones?
Right.
Like, who are they fighting here?
Right, like why is it such an empty floor?
Is Jack supposed to be here?
You know what? He's supposed to be licking his wounds, and his location is also unknown right now.
Gotcha.
We cut back to the crossfires between the top 2 of the All-Stars and Marco the Phoenix. Damn it, what kind of power is this? Is he invincible or what? Queen states. Marco is just chilling there as he's being attacked by both Queen and King. And then he detains the both of them by grabbing both of their necks with both of his Phoenix wings.
Let me point out Queen's neck in this panel. You could see it's like, imagine a bendable, extendable pipe, but it's his dino neck. So he's part machine. Part
machine in his full Brachiosaurus form, which is really interesting because kind of gives me the impression that Queen is also like a cyborg or like a cybernetic being fully. Who would have thought it was his neck that was mechanical? Marco, who is trying to fly past these two and reach the rooftop, clutches the necks of both the All-Stars and detains them long enough to fling Zoro through the opening and to the rooftop. Marco makes a funny comment to King and Queen, telling them not to be wet blankets and just let Zoro pass. Come on.
Zoro's flipping through the air and he's like, I didn't sign up for this.
So you could have warned me at least, yo. And then he gets flipped like, I don't know, maybe 100 meters into the air and through this little like opening in the rooftop. Had to use a little bit of observation hockey for this landing, I think.
He's probably never trained in aerobics.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not Zoro's specialty. At least he's at the rooftop.
Back to the storeroom with Momo increasing his curiosity for his father's journal. He's saying, D? Huh? Is that father's journal? Yamato is telling Momo and Shinobu that she found it. When Momo hears pronouncing D, he's actually just mimicking the sound it's making. He actually doesn't know what the D is.
That's right. Just a little funny panel to mention. Yamato has like this enlightening smile looking towards Momo as like, kid, do you know how long I've been waiting to tell you about this? Let alone in person.
Right, yeah, because next we see that she's telling him, I thought for sure that you had died in the fire. I never imagined that a day would come when I actually get to meet you, my son.
Yeah, my son.
But, she's like, here, this of course belongs to you. On that fateful day, I found this journal near the river at the foot of Odin Castle. Wait, is it near the river or was it in the river?
No, you know, there's been different translations, you know, foot of the river, in the river, near the river. I think the final Viz translation was inside the river, actually. No, somebody threw it into the river. That's definitely weird, but I might have an answer for that one.
Who?
You know, it could have been just like Toki's. It was one of the last things she had saw, consciously making the decision to be like, let me just throw it out instead of it being burned.
She's like, if I could save this, then something I could do.
Yeah, it's funny to mention because the same kind of action was taking place in Ohara, remember? When the library of Ohara was burning up.
And they were throwing the books in the river.
All the librarians were throwing all the books in the river because at the very least, so it at least wouldn't burn, it would at least...
It could be salvageable maybe later on in
maybe
the future.
later on if someone could find it at least,
right.
Instead of it being burned up to a crisp.
Have we found those books at the bottom?
I don't think Ohara is a very safe place to go to right now. It doesn't. It's probably not even on the map anymore.
Okay, well, right now it's important that Yamato found the logbook in the river. It's still readable, so good job, Yamato.
It's a very valuable piece of novelty, yes.
She goes on to state, someone must have protected it from the burning castle. And then Shinobu's like, so that's Lord Odin's. She's probably in shock because she's seen this, something that is from her master, and that book probably holds so much. She's shocked to have that because now that's going to tell a piece of Odin's life that we didn't think we had.
Mm-hmm. And it's all like his old pastime stories probably. There's probably some family secrets in there. And it's a very valuable piece to Momo, I think, right now.
Yeah, he's tearing up right here.
He's like, father? Yeah, I think this is one of the only things he has other than his sword that from his dad.
More personal.
More personal. Maybe Momo remembers a time Odin is recalling in one of his stories. Yamato begins to narrate in the background for a little bit as we cut to a scene where Law is trying to make his way up to the rooftop, it seems, and so is Kid and Killer as they're running up a staircase. Yamato is narrating. Yamato asks, you were born on Whitebeard's ship, right? And then moved to Roger's ship. It is said that after 20 years have passed, within the new world, a group of young and powerful pirates will arrive. Well, that time has come, she tells Momo as he's in shock. I was thinking that Ace would be one of them, but I remembered when I first learned of Ace's death, but after he died I remembered, and it cuts back to one little flashback between Yamato and Ace. I said too much. I just said it without thinking, Yamato, I'm sorry. Forget what I said. More importantly, don't make fun of it. Sabo and I will never forgive you. That is little brother's dream. Yamato pulls herself back and is just like, what? Yeah, Ace reassures. He says the first time he said that, we had a good laugh, but I won't allow the others to do so. We believe in him.
They're talking about Luffy, of course.
Yeah, they're talking about Luffy's dream that he had told both his brothers back when they were still in the Goa Kingdom.
Yeah, no, Ace here they're drinking some sake, so he's probably like,
he's just,
whenever Luffy said that.
I don't want to hear anyone's bullshit. My little brother's gonna be the best one.
And he honestly believes it. He believes that he can do it. That's why. And then Yamato stands up. Ace!
Ace is kind of shocked and he's like, what's gotten into you, Yamato? He pulls himself back with his drink.
She's tearing up. I would never laugh at that. The Pirate King uttered those exact same words, and she's streaming tears, and she's just thinking like, Luffy said that, the Pirate King said that. She believes in this destiny.
She doesn't physically say this, but this is what she's saying in her head. In Kozuki Oden's journal, there is a certain big figure that also said the same thing, she tells Ace. So obviously, I'm not going to make fun of it. Your little brother is amazing. I see, a big figure, huh? Not bad at all, Ace says. I'd love to have a drink with him and Luffy. They would have gotten along just fine, Yamato says. Huh? If he wasn't already dead. What, dead? And then we all know this is Roger, obviously, so it's really cool to see Ace subliminally wanting to have a drink with his own dad and Luffy because
of his hatred.
Of his hatred. We all know how Ace feels about the King of Pirates, his dad. Stubborn. He's stubborn about it. He doesn't really like his his image that his dad had left off, you know, because, well, he was never in Ace's life. He just left his burning image into the world, and that's how Ace grew up.
I wonder what Ace's reaction would have been if she told him it was Roger they were talking about.
Right.
Because they're not on the same page. He's drinking his sake. He was just probably like spit it out and like, don't say that. Like, what? Take back what I said.
Right, yeah. He was just, you know, drunk, blurting out his, you know,
or
his
you'd be
old
able,
tales.
like, how do you know that name? Like,
he's like, don't you ever say Gold Roger in front of me.
I don't
ever
think he would
again.
get vicious.
I don't know. He doesn't really like his dad. He'd just be like, okay, I think I need to fire fist you now.
Some people are not on the same page in the One Piece community. They think that she was talking about Joy Boy.
Joy Boy, huh?
Yeah, but I assume they're talking about Roger, but we might be wrong.
I was quick to assume that it was Roger. Honestly, there was nothing that tied me back to Joy Boy, but that's a good take. Kind of interesting, Liv. I don't know. What do you think these words that Luffy and Roger had said in those moments?
I think it's going to be something pure and funny, something like, I want to have fun with my friends, or, you know, I want to have everyone experience joy or happiness or friendship, something not on the lines of, I want to become the king of pirates, but that's what I think Oda wants us to think, but I don't think we should think that.
Right, because Luffy at the time, he did meet Shanks already, but I don't think he had the goal of being king of pirates when he was just training with Ace and Sabo. They just wanted to, have fun and be, you know, brothers on this island growing up together, so.
Yeah, I'm not thinking of like a big picture world peace type of Luffy saying something like that, but something pure, nothing power motivated or related to that.
Right, no power hungry goals. I think Luffy just said, I just want to have fun with my friends.
I don't think it would be the line, going back to what I said, I want to become the king of pirates, because Luffy says that all the time. That's his catchphrase. It wouldn't be, you know, blurred out when he said it to anybody, or, you know, when he said it to Ace.
Right, because
Sabo.
He actually doesn't finish the sentence. He just says, I want.
Right, but, you know, we see Nami shouted out in this arc with her fight with Ulti, Luffy will be the king of pirates. You know, we've had Zoro say it, you know, we've had a lot of the Strawhats say it. I think we'll see more people say it, so that's why I don't think it's that phrase for the big reveal or whatever
I think this is all like a big mislead for us to believe that's what Luffy had said back then, and what Roger had said back then in the Odin flashback when he was talking to Whitebeard and Odin.
Right, yeah. Yamato holds up a Vivre card and she says, anyway, I finished this. Take this. Ace, what? What's this? Isn't this just a sheet of paper? Yes, but this sheet of paper is what will let you and I meet again. You can give pieces to your friends you want to meet again or don't want to be separated from. Wow. She's waving to Ace. He's getting on his boat. Let's definitely meet again, Ace. And she has a piece of his Vivre card in her hand. She has this big smile.
Waving goodbye. It's a cool little revelation Oda gives us that it's kind of an afterthought to a lot of us, but it is finally answered. We all knew or expected Ace to acquire the Vivre card via favor from someone else, but I personally thought Whitebeard would have had one made for all his division commanders, you know, because I mean they're all pretty important people.
It's a smart thing to do for a crew.
Yeah, for a crew to keep track of, you know,
safety reasons,
locations, and
like, is your Vivre card on file?
Yeah, you know, it's like, how's your Vivre card doing? Hey, check on Vista. Is the Rose kind of pedaling away, or is, you know, what about Marco? Is it in flames? Jozu's, is it fully hardened in diamonds? You know, it would be kind of smart for Whitebeard to just do that in insurance thing for his crew.
I agree.
Of course, Jana, Ace tells Yamato, and he sails off into the sea in his little cruiser.
Cutting back into real time, Yamato's telling Shinobu and Momo, Ace's Vivre card, one day it disappeared without a trace, but the next day the newspapers told me everything. And, you know, that's when she found out about Ace's death. Sad, sad, sad.
Tears.
It did touch my heart to see Yamato have a piece of Ace's Vivre card, because we already know what happens. But it was like, aw, you're not gonna have long time to hold that piece of paper.
Oh, that's messed up.
Initially, I did think this flashback was a bit long for chapter 1000. But I'm gonna tell Oda to shorten it or move it to master here. The chapter's not over, but I thought I would see more of the other people are doing. Jinbei or Carrots, we haven't them in a bit.
As Yamato is telling Momo and Shinobu about what she had learned of what happened by reading the journals, Luffy is making his way up towards the staircase and breaks through the final door he has to reach to make it to the rooftop. And in narrating fashion, Yamato states, the fact that Ace was Roger's son and that little brother was making a name for himself as a pirate. The same pirate that you brought here, Luffy. Oden describes the future like so. Luffy starts checking his surroundings and the smoke he created through blasting through the door. Oh, he finally gets a clear view of what he sees. In a whole bunch of panels, it just shows everybody that's up on the rooftop, and to Luffy's left and right, Trafalgar, D. Waterlaw, Eustace, Captain Kidd, Roronoa, Zoro, and Killer, along with Kaido and Big Mom finishing the single individual panels. The silhouette of both Yonkos in a far view distance. In about 20 years, the next generation of pirates who will lead the next era, they will arrive in the new world. If I were to die, they are the ones who will defeat Kaido, Oden says. Law looks back at Luffy. Kid looks over to him, stating that everyone showed up just to watch him fight as Killer's right by his side. Zoro also made a successful landing, we see, as he was awaiting his captain. Then, in a beautiful double-page spread of an epic standoff between the 5 members of the worst generation versus the allied 2 Yonko. Just picturesque, pristine.
And it's perfect. Yep, you have Big Mom, Kaido, Law sitting from the furthest, Zoro, Luffy, Killer, Kid. They all look there ready to fight. Big Mom is saying, so many heads, I want to serve on a platter.
Yeah, they're all just, in their epic standoff pose. Kid's gripping his cybernetic arm.
Kid looks, I think, they all look super amazing. Kid looks really good right here. Like, so much detail. He looks like he's ready to fight. You could feel his attitude.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to see some Kid action in here because we don't get anything from him and Killer,
Yep, this is very, very exciting. Chapter 1000, this is where the fun begins. We're on the top of the roller coaster now.
Yeah, everybody's got a smile on their face other than the worst generation. I'm super excited about what's going on right now because this is exactly what I was dreaming to happen. I didn't
expect all of them to be there at once. Like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, crazy, huh? Thank you, Oda. This I can deal with. This is a good gimme.
Yeah, and then the whole Yamato narration in the back, it's just like...
It makes it sound so epic.
It's like a movie. Da, 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 da. Like, that's what it reminds me of. Da, 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 da.
It's like such a suspenseful build-up you can visualize.
Yeah, but it is perfect. Alright, enough gushing over this beautiful double-page spread. Getting back into the chapter, Luffy's there and he has this really shocked expression on his face. He's standing in front of Big Mom and Kaido. And he takes a moment to realize who's behind him. He advances forward towards Big Mom and Kaido. Not recklessly, just so a light walk. Killer's right there just looking at him. He's just like, okay, sure.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, I'll just wait right here. Kaido's side-eyeing Big Mom. Lin, do you know what this brat dared to say he would become? Big Mom's laughing. He's a cheeky one. He talked pretty big to me as well. He even destroyed my castle. First things first, you owe me an apology, Straw Hat.
Mama. Big Mom is pissed. So is Kaido.
And so now we have a bird's eye view. Big Mom is huge. She's double the size of Kaido. She's on top of Zeus.
On top of Zeus, especially.
Yeah, and then Prometheus is just like a little sun emoji. He's just, he's so tiny. But we have Luffy now behind them in a little silhouette. And now we see Luffy and Kaido behind him. And Kaido's kind of turning back this kid just really passed me up like this.
They both got this pissed off expression on their face.
And Zoro's standing there. He's his stern face watching his captain. He's just like, Luffy, I trust you. I'm here for you. You move, I'm right behind you. Anything.
I'm right there for you, dog.
Kaido yells back at him, hey, brat, exactly what do you think you will become? Say it one more time to our faces. Luffy's now standing over a bloody, battered Kinemon. Are you alright, Kinemon? And Luffy picks him up. I'm sorry, I'm late. Kinemon starts coughing up blood here. Luffy's looking around and he sees everybody, all of the scabbards, they're lying on the floor. Nobody's up.
Nobody conscious. We get a glimpse of each individual of the 9 red scabbards.
Bitch ass. Is a traitor?
Well, no, it's still 9 with Izo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's still 9 with Izo as a replacement there. Yeah.
Scratch it. Damn.
Well, yeah, because it's 8 right there, and then Kinemon.
Oh.
Got Raizo, Kiku, Denjiro, Inuarashi, Izo, Nekomamushi, Ashura Doji, Kawamatsu, all beaten and broken down to a pulp.
Can you feel the tenseness in the air, like the stillness? Like I'm having chills right now. Like I'm actually cold. I'm being totally serious. I'm in the battle scene right next to Luffy. Like, oh, this is overwhelming.
He's just like, shit.
Probably just feels like he just got punched in the gut.
Face swollen and teeth cracked and bloodied, Luffy caresses Kinemon for a few moments. As Kinemon is trying to make his words, spitting his teeth out, Kinemon begins to express his grief as he and the others cannot fathom the thought of meeting their master in the other world in defeat. Lord Odin, we wouldn't dare show our faces to him after this. He grips Luffy's arm in a final motion. I beg of you, please save Wano. Luffy grips down, stares, and replies, of course I will. It's my friend's country, he says to Kinemon. Kinemon just starts
bawling,
bathing himself in tears as he can't even get a handle of the situation right now. I firmly believe none of the scabbards will die at this point because Oda kind of just missed his chance for this dramatic death scene.
And when I was reading this, I was on the verge of tears because I really thought Kinemon was about to go here.
At first read, I was getting a little emotional also because I thought this was Kin's farewell also, honestly.
Yeah, he's like, this can't be the end. If I leave things like this, I won't be able to show my face to Lord Odin in the other world. And that's just so sad, him saying that to Luffy, because, you know, he failed once, he doesn't want to fail again, and you know, that's what he feels like a failure.
He's pushed himself out there. He's already done as much as he can, and him and the scabbards, they might have had this thought in their head that they didn't want to admit that they would be defeated and then burden the Straw Hats with this burden of saving Wano. They might be defeated, but they didn't want to admit that to themselves because they didn't want the Straw Hats, foreigners to their country, to shoulder their burden.
Right, I do think they knew they were going and gonna get defeated, but hopefully we'll see, you know, what type of damage they inflicted on Big Mom or Kaido, because they put up a fight, they didn't just get beat down.
Yeah, no, and we all saw that. We saw how much damage the 9 red scabbards could do to Kaido, so we don't know if there was any further fight after that, or there was any action when Big Mom showed up, so all of that is in question just right now.
Yeah, so Kinemon's crying, Luffy is holding him, Kaido's right behind Luffy now, facing him too, and he's raising up his club, and he's like, hey brat! Kinemon's, Sir Luffy! Luffy turns back, try guys, send them all below. Probably transports them, hopefully to the bottom where all the doctors are at. Luffy jumps out of the way as soon as Kaido's club comes smashing down, and you see the floor and all these rocks flying apart. You see Luffy and zoomed in on his eye and his teeth, and he's starting to get all these flashbacks now.
In a scene where Luffy's charging up all his anger, he remembers the moments. Raizo is alive, and so we are now your allies, Nekomamushi has told him. He remembers Momonosuke. I want to defeat Kaido. Also Kinemon stating, 20 years ago in Wano, we were able to travel forward in time. Ebisu's gesture is gone to the afterlife also. Yasuye, Luffy also remembers Kyogoro stating they were alive. All this time, the sparks of rebellion are still there. And he remembers the scabbards just saying, our beloved Lord Odin was brought to the flower capital and executed as a criminal. Kaido takes notice to Luffy's avoidance of his attack as Luffy starts charging up Gomu Gomu no. Luffy's pissed off. It looks like his anger is just gushing out as flames. It's just flaring out. We just see a big old fist. Boom!
Into Kaido's face, right on the side of it.
Charged right into Kaido's face. And as you could tell the intensity of the punch because there's like double lines all throughout Kaido's face, making it look like a really impactful punch.
It's like indenting into his eye and his jaw.
And just red rock and smashes Kaido right up on his ass into the ground. Just unleashes this crazy attack Luffy has developed.
He's still in midair with a straw hat. Big Mom is just super shocked. She's like, Kaido, what are you doing? How could you just get knocked down like that? Now, you know, for Big Mom being shocked, that's a big thing. It wasn't just like a light punch. Kaido didn't just let Luffy hit him on purpose. This was just like, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah,
where the hell did this come from?
Yeah,
no, they didn't expect any of this.
Neither of them were expecting this at all. Then we see Kaido picking himself up with this pissed off expression on his face. His face looks a little burnt, honestly.
Yeah, and Big Mom's still shocked, her mouth wide open.
Yeah, mouth wide open. And then in silhouette silhouette, we have the man grabbing the hat. I am Monkey D. Luffy. I will surpass you, and I will become the king of pirates. The chapter.
That is right. I am the man who will become the king of pirates.
Ore wa Monkey D. Luffy. Kaizuko Oni. Ore wa Nara.
Chapter 1000, that is what we've been waiting for. The only thing better than Luffy claiming to be the Pirate King is when he actually does become the Pirate King.
Yeah, this is not a bad preview of him, of what is to come, I should say, actually. Because this is a very nice little glimpse of Luffy's new arsenal of possible Ryo developed techniques, I should say.
Because Red Rock is, what, a mythical bird, right?
Rock is a mythical bird, yes. It rivals dragons in size.
Oh, okay.
So it is, yeah, giant ass bird. Probably as big as your house. If you walked outside and you pictured a really big pigeon, just picture that.
Pigeon, no.
Like a very fierce pigeon.
This ending, I wanted to go almost exactly how it went. They see all the allies knocked down, Scabbard on the verge of death, and to get that furious rage and that furious emotion to trigger the war, that was perfect thing to set it off. I expected Kinemon to die. That would have literally been the tipping point, but Luffy already got that tipping point, seeing them already being down. There didn't have to be a death for him to be so emotional.
It was already not necessary. He was already charged up and fueled to go.
Yep, and then how did you feel Luffy walking past Big Mom and Kaido during that scene?
He was just like, get the hell out of my way. My friends are over there.
Right.
And he just shoulder bumps Kaido. He's like, the fuck out of here, man. Takes a look at his friends, gets one final fuel right before he gets ultimately pissed off and punches 100 Beast Kaido into the floor.
That's right, yeah, you don't mess with my friends.
Hell nah. Kaido is just getting a glimpse of what is to happen to him because there's 4 more people waiting to unleash an ultimate attack on him. And just him.
Right, yep, exactly. And we'll see that in chapter 1001, hopefully.
1001, 1002.
1003.
And I just want to keep seeing more and more and more of this action, but there's just so much other fights and individual interactions and clashes going on that it's going to be hard to focus on this main fight.
This chapter was all about Luffy. It was titled Strawhat Luffy, and when he says, I'm going to become the Pirate King, that's literally our hype. That gets me so excited. That's right, Luffy, you will become the Pirate King. We believe in you, and that's what chapter 1000 is all about. Us supporting Luffy and, believing in him.
In his journey, yes. The man, the hat, the catchphrase is what has led up the hype and fueled everything up until chapter 1000. Right. That was the most appropriate way, the most fitting tribute for One Piece I can see. This is a very good chapter right here. 100 out of 10.
I see that many people are upset with this chapter, maybe because they had their expectations up too high, but this story is about Luffy. Chapter 1000 has to highlight Luffy. There are things that we are going to want, but need to see that in reality it is a story. You can't expect everything you want to be drawn by Oda. The way he writes a story is absolutely amazing.
It's perfect already, and unfortunately, yes, he doesn't give us everything we want every single week, but he does tell the story in a very fitting way, so I think we just have to get a grip on our seats and just, hold on for what he's got in store for us.
Yeah, because I know some of us, just like you and I, are very invested, inspired by the story, but we're not upset because we didn't expect more. Some of us wanted a big reveal or a flashback with some more information. We expected Rocksteady Zevik, but got rubber punch fish. But Luffy's about to fend off with 2 Yonkos, with his crew, his allies. This is a great chapter.
Yeah, a lot of people, this is to all the people who over-expected what to happen in this chapter. Just, there's a time for everything, and I'm glad Oda didn't take the time of his day to skip what's happening, the action in Wano, just to go out of his way and introduce Vegapunk or introduce one of the ancient weapons or something, Ultimately, chapter 1000, it should be dedicated to Luffy, given that he is the protagonist that has led this whole story to where it's at right now.
Right, if he switched over to some, big reveal or a different scene, that's messy. And he just proved right here he doesn't have to be messy and he still could celebrate a milestone.
Yeah, he celebrated it very well. If he would have still titled this Straw Hat Luffy story and even gone to a different tangent of something else going on in the new world or somewhere else in the world, I don't think it would have been as fitting of a chapter as it was already.
Right, I agree with you.
Chapter 1000, y'all. I can't believe we're here. I am very happy to make it to this day in my life, to read it, to own the hard copy cover, and for that, a lot of thanks to Liv, the listeners, all the One Piece fans for just keeping it alive.
For Oda.
For Oda, it is a huge thing. It is a huge story in my life. It continues to put a smile on my face to this day. Thank you, Oda.
Okay, now for chapter 1001, getting into the quadruple digits, I would like to see Zoro, Killer, and Kid just dart right into the fight. But like I said before, that's something I want. That's not something I expect. I expect Big Mom and Kaido to argue a little bit. Or, okay, maybe he'll get up and Big Mom will be like, Kaido, what the hell? Why'd you just get knocked down? And
right.
So I don't know if Kaido, how is he going to play it off? Is he going to play it off like, oh, I was drunk, or I didn't see it coming, or you're dead, Straw Hats? Is he going to go for Luffy? Is Zoro going to intervene? Where does Law play? There's just so many questions for 101 or 1001, and I just can't wait to read it.
Right, yeah, no, there's going to definitely be some banter amongst everybody, but like you, I just want everybody to just jump right into the fight. No delays, no nothing else. We've seen the first punch thrown. Let's all hop right into it.
Like a war. A war.
Like almost like a free-for-all, but we know who's allied together. So that's something we want, but I'm not too sure we will see in 1001, given, like I had previously said, so much more going on at Onigashima, not just on the rooftop.
Oh, okay, so you think 1001 is going to come back to everybody else. Which it should be, because it'll leave us on a cliffhanger.
It would be a nasty cliffhanger for us fans, but I think Oda isn't going to forget about everybody else that fast, honestly.
Yeah, no, I want to see more of everybody else. Since Luffy already got a hit on Kaido, I think Kid and Killer will brush it off, be like, well, I was going to start that, but okay, Straw Hat, I'll just go for Big Mom. He said I was here to fight, and you just freaking walked right in and you hit him. Like,
waltzed
sure.
right in here and just claimed you're going to be the king of pirates, bro. I was the one that told you I was going to hit him first. What the hell, man?
But Kid should know that there's not a line.
Yeah, there's no line. It's just, you just hop right into it.
So my prediction is Kid and Killer versus Big Mom. Zoro and Luffy versus Kaido. But everybody will kind of get a chance to fight one another too. But those will be the mainly focus of those pairings. Law will kind of be the middleman only when someone calls him, oh, Law, switch me over here. And I don't think that the roof is going to stay intact. They're going to be falling floors. They're going to get separated. So many possibilities.
Right. Law, ultimate support character. Just saying.
Yep, exactly. He is.
He can just, you know what, broom, evade all attacks depending on how big they are and how large of a scale it is. But he can practically do anything inside of how big his room is.
You could, evade it, send it back at you.
Let's just hope he's got the stamina for this fight, man. You better have brought your lungs for it.
Yep, I'm really excited to see how this goes down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and please, no more flashbacks, just action, please. But please, Oda, that's just the one request from me, and possibly Liv is thinking in her head right now too. No more flashbacks.
Well, no, like I said, I was a little disappointed with the Ace flashback, but Oda's hinting at something. Oda released a message for chapter 1000, and he's just saying he's incredibly happy, basically saying that these past 23 years have revolved around Luffy in his life, and that some believe that, a given pool of readers will rotate out of a series after 5 years. And so he's been avoiding calling us fans, but we all are fans of Luffy in the story. But he doesn't think of us as that, and he doesn't think we'll actually move on. And when I was reading Oda's message, he's thanking us for everything. He's telling us to watch over Luffy and the crew as they continue the adventure. He's letting us know that the story's not over, and letting him write, the manga he wants to write, believing in Luffy. And that's the number one thing we all share in the One Piece community, is our belief for Luffy. We support him, and we will continue to. For some of us, they're not fictional characters. They're our friends. We feel for them. I certainly have cried for them. When the time comes and they reach the One Piece, Luffy gives Shanks back his hat, I will be sobbing. I have so much love for this series, so Oda's thank you message, I just wanted to give him a message. He believes in us, our love won't fade, and his certainly won't. His message was heartwarming and exciting for what's to come. The end of the story is near, and that thought itself makes me so sad, but even more happy to read weekly and reviews for those to listen on the podcast too. One Piece has touched many and taught many lessons. For me, it will live forever on. I know that sounds very cheesy and gushy, but that's how One Piece makes me feel. Well, also because of chapter 1000, they released a worldwide popularity One Piece character global contest. So you could go to onepiecewt100.com/en for the English version to vote for your favorite character. You can vote for one character a day, either online or by mail. Online is 1 point, and by mail I think is 10 points. And voting is until February 28, 2021. Lois, who did you vote for the very first day?
Very first day, it had to be Kozuki Oden.
Yeah.
Hands down. My new favorite character in the One Piece universe, aside from any of the Straw Hats, has to be Kozuki Oden.
Okay, what about your top 3 votes?
Top 3 votes, let me admit, Kozuki Oden, Zoro, and I did vote for Luffy, yes. I didn't want to, but yes, Luffy is one of my favorite characters, obviously. So, those have been my first 3 votes. What have been yours?
I first picked Zoro.
Okay.
Then, of course, Doflamingo.
Dofi.
And then I picked Luffy because, okay, you have to give Luffy his credits. I mean, he'll probably win. He will become Pirate King, and he will become the winner of this popularity poll.
Yeah, I think so. He will be number 1.
You guys can keep up with us on Instagram at Sustainable Strawhats if you guys want to see who we're voting for, because all of our votes change daily. Everyone gets their credit. I'm not just going to vote for Dofi every single day. One Piece also got featured in an ad in the New York Times issue on Monday, January 4th, 2021, to celebrate Oda reaching 1,000 chapters on the series and announce the popularity poll. So if you were lucky enough to grab that and you have an extra copy, please send it to Carlos and me.
Please, we'll give you our address ASAP.
No, we're just kidding. We'll probably order it.
For those who cannot visualize Luffy's Red Rock technique in their head, picture this. Luffy always has to go into his second gear form in order to perform the Red Hawk technique, right? No second gear. Luffy's just charging up his arm. Third gear, raging up just like a Red Hawk, and just one big Red Hawk blow. From Red Hawk to Red Rock, we see Luffy develop his new techniques as he continues to evolve, as his armament continues to influence his techniques.
He learned a lot in that short time.
In that short amount of time, and that's what the Straw Hats do. They only need a short amount of time.
I might be paying too much attention to this, but this is the second time Raizo has been brought up in this chapter for being safe. The first time when Luffy was thanking the Mink Musketeer, and the other one during the memory moment. Is there more to this? Because it caught my attention. We don't see many characters in this chapter, but Raizo gets mentioned twice.
He's just a popular man.
I'm just overthinking it, right?
Popular man. I don't know. His Raizo mentioned twice in a chapter? That's pretty big.
Let the rumors start, everybody.
Now, there might be something to it. This is a good take. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening to the Sustainable Straw Hat podcast. Here reviewing chapter 1000 for One Piece.
Come back next week for 1001.
All right, y'all. It's Living Los, setting sail.
Goodbye.
Peace.
ルフィは海賊王になる男だ。